Oh, these patch notes are kinda mid. That's not a good sign. I need the live stream. One of my YouTube comments pointed out that I didn't cover the actual content for the next league. I'm gonna do that now.
A tournament called the Trial of the Ancestors. You will journey to the afterlife, assemble your own team, and enter the tournament to battle those chieftains and earn valuable rewards. As you play through areas in the Ancestor Challenge League, you'll find tradable silver coins. Using them will take you to the Kurui Afterlife, where you will encounter Navali, who you may remember from the Prophecy League. Each coin allows you to play a match of the tournament.
Ooh, yeah, Navali, yay.
You start the tournament with a basic team consisting of 3 warriors. The tournament is double elimination, meaning you're allowed to have 1 loss without consequence. A second loss eliminates you from the tournament. Your team will compete against 10 other tribes.
How many rounds?
And you choose who you're going to challenge next out of the teams left in the tournament.
Okay, 10
When
or
you
11.
start a match, you see the configuration of the enemy team and get to place your team of warriors on the battlefield to challenge theirs. You and your party of exiles will play alongside your warriors. So while this league does have many elements
alongside.
of auto-battle, you're right there fighting alongside
No,
them.
I thought it was as one of them.
During a match, when a warrior dies, they respawn at their totem after a short time. If their totem is destroyed, then they are instantly killed and can't respawn. The team that destroys all of the opposing totems wins. If you're playing a hardcore character though, don't worry. Hinokora, the goddess of death, is watching over you and will restore your soul to your body, so you can't permanently die in the afterlife. Like that. In the Trial of the Ancestors, strategy and tactics are key. Every unit has its own strengths and weaknesses that must be utilized to win matches. The turtle is really slow.
Or can we just
really
out
tanky.
DPS everything?
It's perfect for either defensive positioning to stop flankers or offensive positioning to tank hits for you if you're pushing through the middle. It's not great in the center or flank positions due to its slow movement speed.
I wonder if this is going to be like Blight, but with like only bosses.
Balanced for all positions. This version of the Tuatara has a stealth ability, which makes it perfect for the flanking position to sneak through enemy defenses and take out unprotected totems from the side. The Goliath of Night is a disruptor unit, and it's ideally placed in a center position to intercept enemies that are chasing you. You can also allocate it to defenses so that it disrupts enemies that are trying to kill your totems by stunning them. So in this match here, we've set up a Tuatara in a flanking position, a turtle on defense to guard our totems, and a Goliath to follow us as we attack up the middle. Our plan is to work with the Goliath to distract the enemy front line so the flanking Tuatara can get through and destroy some of their totems.
Okay, but why that strategy? Why not just send out, like, something to tank and then you go kill everything?
Teamwork.
Unless they do a shit ton more damage?
You earn favor and other rewards. I'll talk about the other rewards shortly. There are a lot. You have a separate amount of favor with each tribe.
Oh, this
and
is...
You can spend it by talking to their chieftain to recruit warriors and purchase field items and equipment that your team can use.
I mean, this feels like Sanctum.
Each tribe has specific specialities. For example, Hinokora, you can recruit warriors from many different tribes and mix and match them together into your team based on what you need.
Frankly, Blight rules apply.
Field items
Stun and range damage
on the battlefield and can be activated during the match to, for example, revive a warrior or heal your entire team. If a field item isn't consumed,
those fences are weird.
It persists on to the next match. But your warriors, their equipment, and your field items all wiped.
Those fences look really dumb.
You enter each tournament fresh. Your success in a tournament updates your overall ranking, which helps you with better rewards and subsequent ones. Speaking of rewards, let's discuss the good part, what you can earn for succeeding at the Trial of the Ancestors. You can tell this gets me excited. Okay. You get a reward as you win each round of the tournament, and these rewards are visible when you're selecting which tribe you want to play against. They'll help inform your decision, as some of them are regular rewards and some of them are exclusive new rewards you can only get from the Trial of the Ancestors.
This is not pre-recorded.
I'm literally tripping over my words to get to the part where I can explain
this
tattoos.
is, but fuck it, you know what I mean.
The Ancestors reward you with special tattoos that are not applied to your skin, but they're engraved on your soul. This process can transform what your attribute skills on the passive tree do, basically the attribute highway nodes generally. The regular ones can only be applied to basic attribute skills and allow you to convert your tree's attribute highways into something more useful for you. For example, this one converts a small dexterity skill into movement speed. Each tribe has its own exclusive passive tattoos. This tattoo converts a small strength skill into additional fire resistance. This one converts a small intelligence skill into additional lightning damage. And this one converts a small strength skill into one that summons a minion when you take a savage hit from a unique enemy. But don't go overboard on the number of skills you convert with tattoos, as you'll probably need at least some of
That
your
doesn't say
attributes
limit.
to equip items. Each of the 10 tribes has an exclusive unique item that you can earn.
Oh.
These rarely show up as rewards for defeating
Okay,
the
so
tribe in a
10
match.
may be good
Katava's
uniques.
Hunger is a unique majestic plate that you can earn by defeating the Katava tribe. As you can see, it grants an immense amount of life for a single item, providing you don't have any life on any other pieces of your equipment.
Big
While
Calm's
it's tricky
heart.
to accomplish,
Ooh, hell
it also
yeah.
frees up all those other potential life slots
Wow,
to be something
ooh,
else that
that's-
benefits
is that
your
better
build,
than
making it
Calm's
your
heart?
upside. This
I
amulet
don't
is a
think it
unique
is,
item you can
actually.
earn by defeating the Arohongui tribe.
Yeah, no.
It has the powerful effect of causing your flasks to instantly recover life and mana whenever you're low. This could potentially be a powerful panic button, or maybe you want to build around permanently being on low life or mana, so all of your flask usage is
Oh,
instant.
smart. Yep. Yep.
If
Okay.
you manage to win the entire
I thought it was
tournament,
shit until he
you'll
said
not only
that.
receive the reward for the final match, but Hinokora will also give you a choice of 3 additional... Next. Sorry, button didn't work. Of 3 additional exclusive items. Let's have a look at some of the things you may be offered. First up, there are 4 unique items
What
that
the
exclusively
fuck?
come from Hinokora for completing the tournament. This belt, for example, lists a plethora of really powerful properties, both beneficial and detrimental. While you're wearing the
That's
belt,
so
the property shifts
fun.
around every 5 seconds. You never know what's going to happen next. Will you always crit, always evade, never evade? Maybe you're able to find some ways to build around the detrimental effects to create as much upside as possible.
That's actually so fucking
Hinokora also
good.
has a selection of special,
Kind
more
of.
advanced passive tree tattoos that you can only receive
Oh, that's
from
like
her.
a annoying
This one
headhunter.
transforms
That's
a
so
30
fun.
intelligence notable
Oh my
attribute
god, I
skill
need that.
into one that increases the level of all of your intelligence gems.
Yeah, that one
You
says
only
limit.
have one
The
copy
minion
of
one
this
didn't.
specific attribute combination tattoo on a tree. Hinokora can also award you with a new type of item called an omen. These are small items that sit in your inventory until a condition is met, at which point they are consumed and something happens. In this case, when you reach 25% life, your flasks are all replenished. Now don't worry, each player can only consume 1 omen per combat area, so you don't have any reason to fill your entire inventory with them.
The Minecraft idols?
This one creates a portal on death.
Aww.
We made it for me. It won't try to save your life, but
Give
it
me
will
a
save you some
stack of
time.
1,000 of those fuckers.
This one grants you Soul Eater when you level up. It's definitely worth carrying around for that occasional massive power boost.
Oh, only one though?
Omens
Oh,
are tradable
that's...
but hard to
Oh,
get,
wow.
so use them carefully. I shudder to think about how much
Wait,
this
Soul
one is
Eater
going to be
for
worth
how
in
long?
the presence of those incredibly rare unique weapons from 320. Now note, going off script again here, back in the day, when we had stuff like the Prophecy and so on that let you upgrade to rare forcibly on a specific base type, we had to
Trash the
block
treasure.
good items by putting crap uniques on the, sorry, I meant upgrade to unique. We put crap uniques on that base type so that you couldn't get it every time. Well, we stopped doing that, so a lot of the uniques that
Also
were
helped
upgraded in
with drop
320,
diversity.
are just the only thing on the base type. So items like this let you deterministically get something quite valuable, hence they are quite rare. The most exciting one, though.
Okay,
Finally,
that's big.
Hinokora can offer you a lock of her hair.
That just means the
This is a
cheapest,
very
sorry, the
special
most
currency
expensive
item that lets
uniques
you
are a bit
foresee
cheaper
the
now.
result of using another currency item to craft something. This means,
I've
for
heard
example,
about
you
this.
can know whether it's worth
Show us what it
crafting
looks
your
like.
item, because you'll know exactly what the outcome is. Hinokora's lock
Yeah.
will slot into your crafting pipeline
only
with
one.
powerful consequences. The Trial of the Ancestors offers a wide selection of valuable new rewards as you complete matches and
I wanna
tournaments.
see what this
we
looks
really
like.
look forward to seeing what strategies you develop for building,
Probably looks like
equipping,
Unveil.
carefully placing and playing alongside your tribe. So that's the new Challenge League, but Path of Exile expansions contain more than just a new league every 3 months.
Yes,
With
okay,
each
more
update,
things.
We also augment Path of Exile's endgame and shift the metagame with new gems and balance changes.
Okay, gems
This expansion is no exception.
and
I'm going
Atlas.
to explain the other changes in a medium amount
Please
of
be
detail.
good.
I'm conscious that we have both new and existing players. For new players, I'm going to try to include some extra content to help make the changes more understandable. You can find out all the detail in the patch notes and
What does
other
that mean?
information we'll be posting in the few weeks before release. Let's start with how the Trial of the Ancestors expansion expands Path of Exile's endgame.
Ooh, yes,
In
please.
December last year, we released an expansion called the Forbidden Sanctum, which introduced the Sanctum Challenge League.
We're back, baby.
This league was a roguelike game set within
We
Path of
back?
Exile, where you would randomly explore a randomly generated sanctum one room at a time, alongside your regular play.
One of the best
You'd
leagues
pick
in
which
years.
rooms you wanted to explore out of several options, and accumulate beneficial boons and detrimental afflictions that made your run easier and harder, respectively. Not only did Sanctum work really well as a league, but it also had the potential to be added to Path of Exile as part of its core endgame content, alongside systems like mapping, delve, and heist.
Yeah, but where the fuck is
Well, in
Ultimatum?
this expansion, the Forbidden Sanctum is back. I've really been looking forward to this one. We're reintroducing the Sanctum as core content in Path of Exile's endgame.
How's it gonna drop?
You'll initially meet Divinia, the Sanctum NPC, in Act 10. Sanctums are now tradable items that you can find while playing maps in the endgame. A forbidden tome represents a whole floor of the Sanctum, and its rooms can be played back to back, or you can take breaks between them and do something else.
Are they
if you choose.
fully random
Upon
drops?
successfully completing that Sanctum floor, the next floor is generated as a tradable item with all of the state of your Sanctum run built in. This means that the item stores what boons and afflictions you had, what rewards you've locked in, and how much resolve you have left. You can then either play this floor or trade it to someone else if it feels more beneficial. For example, let's say you manage to lock in a really valuable reward. The example here is a Mirror of Calandra, but you'll also notice that, do I have a laser pointer? It doesn't work on the board. Okay, one resolve. This is an example here where the player has a very good reward locked in, but a massive pile of dangerous afflictions and only one resolve on them. If you don't feel capable of completing the rest of the Sanctum from this point, then it would normally be a write-off, right? If you gave this to me, no way am I getting that mirror. But you can now trade the Sanctum state to someone else.
Wait, are they
who is willing to pay
craftable?
for the chance to earn the mirror, or lose it.
There are
And,
stats
you know,
on the
You
item.
can look at expected value in economics, right? It's worth some percentage of that mirror. So you trade it for like 5 chaos to someone, they run it and lose their chaos. Your relics, which act as passive bonuses within the Sanctum, are locked in for the run when you start the first floor and can't be changed for the rest of the run. Speaking of relics, they're now tradable and have been rebalanced around this. To those of you wondering, we have decided against bringing back sanctified relics for now. A complete Sanctum run now requires killing the final boss, Lycia, in both her first and second form. She will always drop a unique relic, and these have been reworked and replaced as we rebalanced everything.
I didn't know there were unique ones.
An important aspect of the new Sanctum balance is that your primary defenses now have some effect on protecting your resolve.
Like fuck.
Your armor allows you to mitigate resolve loss, and your evasion grants you a chance to avoid resolve loss entirely, a lot like how armor and evasion work. Your energy shield grants you resolve aegis,
Evasion it
which
is.
is a mechanic that works similarly
yeah.
to how energy shield behaves for life.
Okay, oh god, I have to play EA
In
Ballista
light of
now.
the new defensive opportunities
God.
and learnings from the original Challenge League, we've rebalanced the difficulty of Sanctum, especially in later floors, and have worked to add more monster and room variety to runs. We've added new boons and afflictions themed around the new defensive mechanics, and have rebalanced many of the other ones. Like other optional endgame systems that involve tradable items, players who don't want to play Sanctum can trade their Sanctums to other players in exchange for an item or currency that benefits them more. Successful Sanctum
Dude, if
play
you have a
generates
build
lot of rewards.
that can hit
It'll
things
potentially be
and
possible
kill
to
them
build
really
characters
quickly,
dedicated to Sanctum running,
like
just
I'm
farm
talking
Sanctums
like
repeatedly in
you
order to
turn the
profit.
corner and you just one-shot it.
Sanctum isn't the only improvement that
Do
Trial of the
Sanctum.
Ancestors brings to Path of Exile's endgame. We're also introducing 16 new Atlas Keystone passives to the Atlas passive tree. As a quick summary for new players joining us, the Atlas tree is a system that allows you to customize your endgame experience in Path of Exile. As you complete difficult...
What, did
as
new
you
people
complete
make the
different maps,
noise
you gain
in the
skill points that
crowd?
can be allocated
Probably don't have any spells, do I? What the fuck?
in the tree. You could use these points to modify the behavior of different content you encounter in in-game maps to make it more difficult or more rewarding, or to behave entirely differently. The system allows you to double down on the content you enjoy and avoid content you don't. Keystones are really impactful passives that totally change how in-game systems behave. Usually they have an element of give and take and require you to come up with new strategies to take advantage of them. Each of these 16 new Atlas Keystones changes how you might interact with Path of Exile's endgame. Let's have a look at some of them now. We will reveal the rest of them before the release of Trial of the Ancestors in a few weeks.
Why not all of them?
Extreme archaeology completely changes how you play
hello.
expedition encounters. Instead of placing a series of regular explosives, you now place one gigantic explosive.
It doesn't just pop everything?
Every single chest or monster in the blast radius is affected by every remnant in that radius. Speaker of the Dead makes
I
it so
think
that
you actually
tormented
get more
spirits
out of
can
it if
possess
you don't
rather
use
than
that.
possessing monsters. Boosting your stats instead.
What the
While
fuck?
possessed, you can touch monsters just like a spirit can, making them stronger and more rewarding.
Oh, it still works
It's kind of getting
again.
silly at this point, isn't it?
God, I wish that was on by default. Actually, that would be really funny if that was on by default. Make that permanent. Make that permanent.
Significantly less damage from players and significantly more damage from blight towers. This basically lets you go all in playing it like an actual tower defense game. Because we can.
Because
Lucid Dreams
will I still
makes it so
lag
that
like
all
hell?
side areas in your maps are no longer corrupted, meaning that you can use currency items to change their mods. That's right. When you
Don't they
encounter a
have
Val
unique
side
mods?
area, the keystone lets you craft it.
Oh. Ultimatum aspect. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So we rebalanced the side area mods. We've improved reward outcomes.
21%
and we've made
reflect.
the downside mods a bit more punishing, you know, just to make it interesting if you try to go for the good outcomes. You may also rarely encounter a unique Val side area. Destructive play makes it so that a Maven will summon between 1 and 3 extra random map bosses when you are fighting witnessed map bosses. This keystone is analogous to the Eldritch
That should
Altar
be on by
keystones
default.
that make those influences more difficult but more rewarding. There
Fuck,
are
I might have to turn some of these on.
keystones that we'll reveal over the next few weeks.
Fucking
Together,
kill me.
these 16 keystones mean that regardless of how you enjoy your maps, you'll have plenty of new ways to play Path of Exile's endgame.
Oh, they've put them on existing
note, in the initial
wheels.
draft of the keynote,
Ah,
I
I see.
painstakingly went through every single keystone. It took like 10 minutes. But we'll put them in the news to save you some time here.
Okay, good.
In the Trial of the Ancestors expansion, we're shifting Path of Exile's
here we go.
metagame in several ways. The first is by introducing 14 new support gems, which are designed to take existing
Only support
categories of
gems.
skills and
Damn it.
provide entirely new ways to play them.
Yeah,
For
but
full information, check
where's
the
minion
final
gems?
gem hovers when we post them in the next few weeks. Let's have a look at a handful of these support gems now.
Anything for
In Path
EA
of Exile,
Ballista.
war cries usually buff your party but don't directly hurt monsters. The Corrupting Cry support gem turns war cries into damage-dealing skills by making them inflict corrupted blood on monsters affected by the war cry or by your attacks that it exerts.
We can shout people to death.
The Returning Projectiles support gem causes projectiles from supported skills to return to you, piercing all targets but dealing a little less damage.
Wait. Show me the gem.
I think there's another example too.
Wait. They're just adding it into the game? And they're keeping the bullshit.
The fresh meat
Does it
support
work
gem
with the
causes
chicken axe?
Minions created by
Oh.
supported gems to gain adrenaline, critical strike chance, and critical strike damage for a duration after they're first summoned. So you've got to work out a way to keep refreshing your minions, and it makes them a lot more
Wait.
powerful.
Ooh.
The
Can I play an
Flamewood
SRS
support
build?
gem causes
That's
totems
not
to
poison?
trigger projectile mortars at enemies that hit them. This is particularly synergistic with totems that can taunt enemies, such as Decoy Totem, or one
Oh,
of
a
the new
support
Chieftain
gem.
Ascendancy skills that I
Oh.
might talk about shortly. The Sacrifice support gem works on spells that you either cast yourself or through totems. These spells now sacrifice a percentage of your current life or the totem's life to gain additional chaos damage based on how much life was sacrificed. The Frigid Bond support gem affects Link skills and causes a cold mist to come over them. Enemies caught in the beam are chilled and are dealt cold damage over time. This creates a new tool for a cold damage over time build requiring strategic placement of both yourself and your linked ally. I mentioned it was going to get silly.
Wow.
The Locust Mine support gem looks OP and affects attack skills that use bows and wands. Instead of directly using the supported skill, you throw mines in an arc that use that skill for you, targeting your location when you detonate them. In addition to these gems, there are another 7 that we'll be revealing over the next few weeks.
That's gonna make Glacial
In
Cascade,
addition to the
pretty
14 new
fucking
support
good.
gems, our balance work for the Trial of the Ancestors involved us revamping 2 Ascendancy classes. These are the subclasses that you can specialize in as you play through Path of Exile's campaign. Each main character class has 3 Ascendancy
yeah,
classes
campaign.
available. In the last expansion, Crucible, we overhauled the Pathfinder and Saboteur. This time, it's the Guardian and Chieftain, which are specializations of the Templar and Marauder, respectively.
Nothing
While we
exciting.
were very happy with the theme of the Guardian, it was falling behind the power level and popularity of other Ascendancy classes. Our changes in this expansion have modernized the class and will present you with more relevant build opportunities than before. Brace yourself. Okay,
What?
Path of Exile 102. Harmony of Purpose can power up parties using link
Wait,
skills.
top left.
Time of Need now completely cleanses and heals you every 4 seconds.
What?
Radiant and Unwavering Crusade both fully embrace the Holy
What?
Summoner theme by giving you access to some exciting new types of minions that are exclusive to the Ascendancy class.
Oh,
we
fuck.
have this picture on the announcement page, pathofexile.com/ancestor for you to scrutinize.
Thank you,
Next.
you motherfucker. Okay.
While the Guardian's revamp was similar to that of the
was a good ad.
Pathfinder, the Chieftain has received the Saboteur treatment. To be honest, we were unhappy about many aspects of this Ascendancy class in its old form, and so we have completely redesigned it. You can play it now.
Oh.
It's basically
Oh.
an entirely new
I played
Ascendancy class with
RF
the same name,
2 years
and
ago.
art, and a new way of approaching its themes. Its
Okay.
new skills let you, among other things, cause enemies to explode, turn off enemies' fire
5%?
resistance while you're stationary, convert passive
For
skills to apply the fire
500%?
damage, and have your fire resistances applied
That
to your
works
core
with Herald of
lightning
Ash.
resistances. I'll just give you a sec more to read. All right, that's on the site.
No,
too, for you to check out. It's pretty powerful
fuck
now.
you. Fuck you. Just attacking and showing, striking enemy in
To celebrate the release of the Trial of the Ancestors, we'll be hosting a boss kill event.
Ooh, that
to
looked
enter,
good.
create a hardcore solo self-found character in the Ancestor
Oh, a
League,
Chieftain
and
chicken
race
axe.
to kill all 7 Uber Pinnacle bosses on the same character.
Okay, I need to look at
Note
that.
unlike the last event we ran, this one is not a ruthless event. We'll post more information about
Holy
the event
shit.
and its prizes in the news before release. Best of luck to everyone.
Fuck Ruthless.
For the Ancestor Challenge League,
timing.
we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs.
Okay.
The
There's some good things there. Hopefully the league itself is fun. I hope. It looks like Sanctum, and hey, if it's not good, fucking Sanctum's back, so back in we go. Good shit.